Reverend Rob Lee. Bold, smart, and straight to the point. This is Tarot with an Attitude.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you? Welcome.
Living the dream. How are you?
Great. So I'm kind of excited to be taking over the show for a night. We haven't done this in what, 3 years, 2 years?
It's been a long time.
Been too long.
Hijacked the show, right?
Hijack the show.
Cast away.
Hi. Oh my gosh. Cool. Hey, let's do this. I want to kind of kick us off with a blessing, just so that we surround ourselves with some love and light. Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. All right. Hey, everybody. So glad you're here. Brigitte and I are very excited to be here. And let's kick this off with a blessing. So, Spirit, stand with and embrace us. Angels, architects, and ancestors, we call upon you now. Let us speak with your words and not our own. Let our thoughts be aligned with truth. Let our hearts open to grace. Let our actions be guided by divine design. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the all. Blessed be. All right, Brigitte. So how are you doing tonight? Let me take a look and see who we've got here. Cynthia. Hey, Cynthia. And Yadi. Let's see what we got going on. That's right. It's Friday the 13th. I love Friday the 13th.
Kim. Hello, Kim.
Kim Bean. How are you? And
Serendel? Is that Serendel? Am I saying that right? Serendel?
Yes, Serendel. Thank you for coming, Serendel. Love it. Good to see you. Cynthia, so happy to have you here. And Yadi. So there's been a lot of things happening this week with the strawberry moon on the 11th. Today is Friday the 13th. Saturday is summer solstice. This is like a power-packed week, really.
Yeah, it's definitely energy filled.
Yes.
And there's some Saturn in Aries or Sagittarius or something happening. I don't know. I'm not a big I don't know. I know just enough to sound stupid, you know what I mean? Just enough to sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. But but that's like a big deal too. There's a lot of a lot of things happening out there in the ether that are affecting change, I think.
So much energy out there between, because like one of the things that I'd been reading about, especially with the strawberry moon, is sometimes you can be feeling those effects for up to like 72 hours. So it's a great time for manifesting. It's a great time for bringing things to you that you're wanting to bring into your life. One of the things here that I see over the comments is it looks like Yadi's kind of having a rough time. She didn't ask for a specific reading, but I'm wondering if maybe we can do something and pull some cards for her.
Yeah, let me just see what we got going on here.
All right. So Yadi, I'm sorry to hear that, but you know what? Better stuff's coming. I mean, it's always that way.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see
that
what
way.
Yadi.
I'm going to let you.
Yadi wants a reading, but let's see.
Yeah, let's see what we can do to boost your spirits a little bit, because I've had that happen, and it stinks when there's something you want to have happen and it doesn't, and you gotta wait for the next big thing to come on in.
I'm gonna shuffle these, and while I'm shuffling, waiting for Yadi's card to pop out, I've got a funny thing to tell you.
Okay.
So I've applied for a position in like a lateral department from me, and mostly it was because there are people that I have to get away from for the betterment of everybody. And and I get the email for the interview, and one of the girls that I'm trying to run from is going to conduct my interview.
Oh, man.
So I have to sit down and really do some soul searching with the universe to figure out what exactly the lesson there is. But at any rate, all
Hmm.
right. So Yadi, I pulled for you. So since Rob isn't here, I am using the Archangel Power card
That
tarot
is a
card
great
deck
deck.
in his honor because he couldn't be here. So we've got a little piece of Reverend Rob with us tonight. It's not
Awesome.
his deck, it's my deck, but we'll use it in effigy. Um, so I pulled the Four of Ariel, which is equivalent to the Four of Coins. And it says, when you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change, extremes, and in how you save or spend money. So with regard to your job potential, is it possible that maybe you, based on this card, maybe you're not, maybe you have your mind set too stringently on something. Maybe you have a specific outcome that you're looking for and you need to kind of loosen what you want a little bit in order to be able to get what you really want. What do you think, Gil?
Yeah, no, I think that's it. I actually pulled the Emperor, so that's you're going to be in control of the next steps and how you approach this. That's kind of a great card to pull. And actually, I pulled two major cards for you. The other one I pulled is 13, Friday the 13th, the Death
Oh, nice.
card. But the Death card's a great card. Most people or a lot of people are afraid of it, but I actually think it's great because it means new things are coming. It means something fresh. It means there's something that was happening, but now you're ready for the next steps and you're ready for the next part of what you're meant to do. So I think this is really good information. And I see from looking through here a little bit, you're you're still looking, you're out there, and let's say you've got another job interview coming up, which is awesome. And I think you just have to hold your head high and know that you've got what they need, and just believe in yourself and come across in that interview that way.
And my follow up, my clarifying was the Two of Raphael, which is the Two of Cups. So, don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on, you know, what you're looking for. It's out there. It's coming. Um, maybe you just need to adjust your approach or expectations a little bit. But there's no doubt that it's coming. It's there. It's uh, it's waiting for you.
Right. Definitely, definitely. Um, Thank you, Yachty. Let's see, where are we? Cyrindel, actually, let me move this. Cyrindel had a question for us too. So let's go on over here. What do I have to look forward to this coming week? I've had 2 job interviews. Thank you.
Oh wow, lots of
Let's see.
jobs.
Let's see
Let's
what we got for
see.
Cyrindel.
Let's see.
So the deck I'm using, I've got 2 different ones here, but the one I keep being pulled to is one of Chris Ann's, the Curious Creatures deck. That
I
is one
love
of
that
my
deck.
favorite decks. I just love her. Um, and I just these characters speak so well to me. So I just love this deck.
Yeah.
All right, Cyrindel, let's see what we've got here.
Let's get this going. I have a creepy deck too that I might bust out. Let's see how the energy goes. A new deck uh, Bruce got for me for Mother's Day, and it's very Bridget.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
So cool.
it's really kind of. All right, I don't think the angels want to talk. Let me get the other deck. Yeah, we'll do here.
All right. Let's see here.
Oh, there we go. All right. So we've got the High Priestess.
Great.
So, yeah, there's definitely good news coming your way. Just, yeah, I think you just need to trust in yourself and go with your gut when offers come through. But it looks like, with your interviews, you've got some good stuff coming to you. Um, Maybe even something you aren't aware of yet. So let's see.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And then with that, I've got the Eight of Cups. So I think based on this, something's coming that you're not aware of, and you're going to wind up giving giving something up in order to take something better that you had no idea was even out there. That's what this is saying to me.
I think so too. I agree wholly. So here's what's kind of cool. And when Rob and I used to read together, this would happen periodically. And I'd been sitting here and I pulled some cards while you were shuffling, and Eight of Cups. So
yeah.
I think this is a good strong message for you, Sarandel, that like Bridget said, you've got something coming, you've got everything is laid out and ready for you to move to the next steps. So you've got something good coming up for you out there. That when I said, give me a little bit more information, I pulled the Justice card, and the Justice card's about balance. It's about finding, finding that balance. And I think you're going to be able to find that with both of us pulling those cards, and we are 2,000 miles apart, 2,500 miles apart, something like that. I think that Eight of Cups is really speaking to you.
I also
Sorry,
got the Two of Wands.
Two of Wands. There you
There's
go.
definitely there's two things. You're going to have two opportunities. You're going to wind up giving one up for the other one. You just don't know what the other one is yet.
Yeah, and I think as soon as you said that makes me understand the Justice card a little bit here too. With this, so yeah, no, I think you've got some great opportunities coming. So keep chin up and go for it. And hopefully you've got the 2 job interviews this week, and maybe you'll have to make a decision. That would be an awesome problem to have, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, right. That would be a great problem, right? Well, I want
Awesome.
or this one.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. And Page of Swords. So yeah, this is all. Yeah, everything's going as I'm shuffling. Things are flying out. It's happening, Gil.
It's happening. All right. I'm gonna back up through my comments here and make sure I haven't missed anybody.
I miss saying hello to Deborah. Hi, Deborah.
And let's see. Oh, and I see Mr. Kaler's in the house. Oh, here we go.
You got to be careful of that, Mr. Kaler.
He's nothing but trouble, that guy.
Trouble.
Cynthia, hi, welcome. Thank you. Ladies, I'd like to know what Spirit has to tell me about next week. It's going to be busy. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Give us a second to shuffle. And while we're shuffling, let me see if I can see this here.
The card that went flying across my table was the Hangman. So I think that you are going to be running and hiding for a little bit. Whatever that busyness is there going to be lots of people around you because I got the Two of Pentacles? You are going to feel very pulled, I believe. It looks like with the Hangman and the Two of Pentacles, you're going to be trying to get yourself a little bit of Cynthia time.
All right. Let's see what I can add to you.
I'm still going, we got stuff flying left, right, and center.
I'm being called to use this one instead.
Also got the Knight of Swords here. So, yeah, you do have busy. You got some hectic things happening, huh? Six of Swords. Boy, you're just moving and shaking.
right. Now, actually, the first card I pulled for you, Cynthia, is Ace of Swords. So, that's going to be new starts and some communication and getting right out there. It's going to be a busy week. Let's see what else I got here. Huh. It is definitely Friday the 13th. My shadow card for you, Cynthia, is Death. Now I've just flipped over decks because I was asked to go to a different deck for this. This other deck that I was one of my other favorites is the Tarot of Mystical Moments by Catherine Welch Stein. I love this. Her artwork's beautiful, and so this is her death card. So apparently, death card is my card of the night. And Friday the 13th, it just seems so appropriate. But what's great with this is the shadow card is for me, shadow card is kind of the overall message, or kind of a blanket summary of what I'm pulling. And so this is saying there's something coming, there's potentially a change, but it's a good change, and it's for the better. So next week there's going to be some potential change, but it's actually going to be good for you ultimately. Brigitte, what do you have?
Yeah, I'm flipping around. I think I need to switch decks because this one is not, they're not flying like they were. But I can do an oracle card for this one. This is the Akashic Truth Oracle deck. Let's see what they have.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're kind of neat looking.
That's cool.
We got them another Mother's Day gift from that mean old Mr. Keller. Let's see. All right, we've got forgiveness. Withholding forgiveness only hurts you and prolongs the pain. It's time to forgive someone or maybe even yourself so you can stay on the path of your highest potential. And it's got this little avatar deer thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool looking, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I think Cynthia, I think you've got a week of some introspection and some decisions that maybe you need to make.
Yeah, got some stuff going on. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. Let's just take a quick look here. Did you have anything else for her? I'm going through the comments to see if there's anybody else who's
I just started
to.
So this is the creepy deck. Right. Look how cool that is. Does that scream Bridget or what? And this is the
that's
Temperance
awesome.
card. So have patience, Cynthia. Be patient. And treat yourself with a little bit of grace, I think. And yeah, I think you'll be all right. I just think it's going to be one of them weeks for you. I apologize.
The good thing there's always a good sunrise, good sunset, and moving on to the next day, no matter what.
It'll be good. I got the Nine of Cups at the end when it's all said and done. So
love the Nine of
by
Cups.
the weekend you'll be good.
Love the Nine of Cups. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. So if you had a favorite tarot card, or if you have a favorite tarot card, what is that? Like what speaks to you?
I have always loved the Three of Swords. Because you know me. I'm like pain and emo and the world is terrible. But the Three of Swords has always evolved. It has evolved over the years for me. The Three of Swords started out as all the pain I've ever felt in my whole entire life. And as I grew and moved forward and, became a little more grown up, for me now the Three of Swords represents the fact that the pain is done. You've been inflicted with the pain, and now all that's left is to just move past it, and now you can begin to heal. And So that's my favorite card in the whole entire deck.
Interesting. That's very
Yeah.
interesting. That's interesting. Mine is I vary, but on a whole, mine is the Tower card, which is another card that scares a lot of people when they see it. But to me, it's refreshing because it's calling out what you already know. You know, even if something's going bad, it's you saw it coming, so now you can at least go, okay, I saw it coming. Now I'm going to handle it. Now I'm going to move forward because good things are going to happen after this because this is shaking everything up so that I can move on to the next thing. So, like I said, the Tower card, just like the Death card, scares a lot of people when they see it, just like the Devil card scares a lot of people. But what's nice about those cards is it's it's bringing some level of change that you probably needed. It's just different ways it's coming about. Um, and you know, everybody loves to get the Sun card. Everybody loves to get the all the happy cards. But you know what? The happy cards are easy. It's life takes work,
Yeah.
and I think that's why I like those harder cards because that's the work we all go through every day to get to where we want to get to, whether it's at home, at our job.
Well, if I had my choice, I'd rather get the Death card because for me, the Death card is a more natural, progressive end, right? Whereas the Tower is like, wake up, it's like, hey, so all of a sudden, the Tower is like walking out your front door and getting hit by a bus, right? The Death card is, you know, you're aging gracefully and you've come to the end of your life and you're going to lay down and very quietly move on to whatever the next chapter in your soul's existence is.
Mm-hmm.
And the Tarot is like, hey, heads up, as they're throwing a boulder at you. That's, and you're like, whoa, wait, I wasn't expecting that. So,
Wait, no.
yeah,
Yep.
no, please,
Yep.
please,
Well, and
please.
I think one of the reasons I like the Tower card is it makes you go, I knew that. I saw that coming. Why did I ignore it? And that's kind of where I live with the Tower card of like, you
Right.
knew this was going to happen. That's so
Right, yeah, you felt it. You got the death card, you saw it coming.
right. You got the
Now
death
you've
card.
had
You
the
knew something.
aneurysm.
Yep. Now
And
here you go. Here you go.
yeah.
Actually, Bruce has got a great question here because people who don't read might not know why readers can flip back and forth between tarot and oracle.
Right. Well, for me, I'll switch to an oracle because it just depends on um how light or heavy you know what I mean? Or even what kind of clarification. I don't typically do readings with an oracle deck. A lot of times my oracle decks are just a complement to my tarot. So I guess the answer to his question is a tarot deck speaks more to me than maybe an oracle deck, but it also depends on what I'm looking for in the message. So for me, tarot and oracle. So tarot is a shot of tequila, and an oracle is a nice glass of Chardonnay. And that's kind of how I feel
Yeah.
about them. I don't know any other way to describe it, right? I mean, sometimes you don't, because oracles are usually very, for me, they're usually pretty light, and the messages are pretty airy. I don't know your experience with them. Whereas with tarot, um, they're very sort of, there's no hedging around the message for me with a tarot deck, right? It's right there, it's in your face. You know exactly what it's supposed to be. With an oracle deck, it's like, well, Yeah, you maybe wanna think about that a little bit and, maybe very nicely consider it. And with tarot deck, it's like, girl, if you don't do it and deal with it, this is gonna be the issue. I don't know
Yeah.
how you feel about it.
Yeah. For me, Oracle decks add color to a reading for me. Kind of, I'll sometimes mix runes in with readings, or I will um or I will throw it, I'll be told to pick up some oracle cards because maybe what I'm reading in the tarot cards is either not coming across properly, but it can add some color. Maybe and sometimes it adds a little bit more story. It really depends on the reading, and it depends on the oracle deck I'm using. I do have some oracle decks. I tend to have more tarot decks. I've got initially I read runes. I read runes before I read tarot. So that's why I like combining the two of them. But runes are like reading the major arcana every day. Like, oh, it's
Yeah,
like, hmm,
it's heavy. Yeah.
this is a big message right here all the time. And Oracle, to your point, can be a little bit lighter feeling, but I think that's why sometimes if I need more information to be able to share what I'm seeing, that's where I'll sometimes pull some oracle cards because it might give me a little bit more insight through spirit of what they're trying to get across if I'm not getting the right words. Does
Right,
that make
right. Well,
sense?
sometimes, well, not so much you because you're not as aggressive as I am, but sometimes I should be softening the message sometimes. So an oracle deck will help me with that too, right? Because, you know, I am very like I I don't sugarcoat it. Um, and so sometimes an oracle deck will help me go, okay, you know, maybe we need to say this a little differently so the message is heard.
Right. It could help take the yeah, because some tarot cards can be pretty direct. Hi, boom.
Yeah,
so so an oracle card can be like, okay, here's the boom, but here's how we're gonna soften that, and here's how we're gonna make that happen so that you can see it's a reachable goal, or it's a doable thing. Um, so no, that's very cool. Now, so while we've been talking, one of the things that Cynthia put up is
so that
my husband heard you talking about the death card and freaked. He does not listen to everything and thought you were talking to me still. But it's okay, Cynthia's husband. If we're talking about the death card, it's good. It's change. It's positive change. It sounds scary, but it's good stuff. It doesn't mean anything that the word connotates to most people who don't know tarot, if that makes sense. Um, so no, if you're pulling a death card, it's okay. It just means some things are changing, and they're changing for the better. On the classic death card, you see death riding a horse, the family's around, there is a person who is laying on the ground, but if you look at the background, the sun is rising. There's hope, there's something coming. So that's one of the key things with all tarot cards is you always look at the entire picture and interpret the entire thing that it's saying. Don't just focus on the one thing that might be the hairiest, scariest looking part of the card, because there are other aspects to it that are adding to the story that we as tarot readers look at and say, yes, it's this, but look, you've got this beautiful butterfly that's just come out. It's
he's holding
come
the
out of the
rose and it's very pretty and
yeah, there's
yeah,
always something there that helps you explain it a little bit better, or a little bit more clearly, so that yes, the word is scary. Yes, the card looks a little scary in the classical sense, but in the classic card, there's sunrise coming in the background, which means there's new things coming. This has happened, but there's still hope. There's something
and
else
there's
coming.
children too there that
There's
are,
children in there. Yeah, exactly.
the which,
Exactly.
represent hope and growth. And just because one thing ends doesn't mean all
Everything.
things end.
Right.
Cynthia, tell your husband to quit minding your business. the 901s. No, I'm just playing. But it was so funny. I was shuffling it and I saw that, and the 901s
That's
popped
funny.
out when I read that. So
That's funny.
what
That's a cool deck.
isn't it? It's so Bruce got it for me. It is the Any Means Necessary tarot deck, and
Huh.
he didn't even know I wanted it. I had been like, you know how you're on Facebook or whatever, and well, you know very well because you and I do this all the time, and you're eyeballing these like Kickstarters or these independent decks, and you're like, wow, I really like that deck. Wow, I really like it, but you're just, it's like, wow, I just, I can't justify one buying another deck, because if you people could see this room that I'm sitting in right now, I I have hundreds of decks up on shelves all over. Like, it is the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen in all your life. And uh, so I am very much like, I'm just not going to buy myself another deck because I think it's really cool. And he went ahead and, he knows me well enough. He picked it up, and when I opened it, I said, did I link you to this? Did I tell you I wanted this deck? He said, no, you didn't. Because a lot of times I'll just send him the link and be like, hey, hint, nudge, push. But he just happened to pick it up. So this one's really cool, and it's very, he got me another one, which is over there, is really cool. It's like, I don't want to get up and walk away from the camera, but it's like this medieval kind of looking. So when you're dealing, they're like medieval knights in armor. Like, think of, and okay, so this is me being geek. Lord of the Rings. You know the army of the ghost soldiers, like
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
armor and stuff they wore. Think of
Yeah.
that.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Think of that, only not see-through and ghosty. Think of it as if it was solid, and so
That's
nerd alert, nerd alert. But
that's cool.
they're really cool, I think so. So I
Uh,
have several new ones that
yeah,
I got.
I too have way too many tarot decks and actually a handful too many oracle decks. But as you know, one of my bad habits is Kickstarter, because I do love to support um artists who are
Right.
coming up.
I can't
And
even go on, Gil. I can't go anymore because I spend too much.
well, and I'll go. And luckily now, I mean, I've tamed down. A couple years ago, I was worse. Now I'm slowing down. But I mean, I will still find some that I'm like, ooh, you know what? Yeah, no, this is it. But a couple times uh, on a Kickstarter, I felt like I got a little burned because they showed the best art, and when I actually got the deck, it was like the rest of the deck was like meh, but like they had 6 great cards. Um,
They did that to me. I was so mad. You know what deck they did that to me with? I was furious. The stupid Peanuts. I was so excited for the Peanuts deck. This deck was, you guys, if you see this Peanuts deck, like Peanuts, like Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Peanuts, Woodstock, don't buy it, because it literally looks like they took um like um what was that program back in the day with the pictures that you would use, and you would print it, and like it would look like it's on the page, but then when you print it out, like half of it's gone, like
mhm,
they
I
didn't
know what you mean.
measure
I
it
can't
right.
remember. Yeah,
Yeah, so but this is what it looked like. I mean, it looked like, one, it looked like they printed it like on their HP DeskJet, and two, whoever measured the cards and did all the, I was so mad. I was like, I can't believe I spent the money on this, and it's not even. Oh, I was furious. I was so
yeah,
excited for the stupid Charlie Brown deck.
right. I know. I totally get it. All right. So let's see. Since we've been chatting, a couple of things have popped in, and Thank you, Cynthia. We will come back and answer Yadi's other question in just a minute. Appreciate that. So Cyrindale had a question, and I'm not quite sure how to address it, but we give her some thoughts. So she's looking if we have any tips for starting a tarot channel or a tarot reading platform. Tarot channel, I am not that proficient to speak to. Tarot reading platform, both Bridget and I have read for other people. She's read for more other people than I have, going out to shows and things like that. And some of it depends on what you're looking to do. When Rob gets back, I would say maybe this is a good conversation you two can have even offline, because I know he's always happy to help people who want to try to start up their own business. One of the things with tarot and with any of these type of readings is we're all always very open to talk about it, because and that surprises people, but not every tarot reader is for everyone, right? There are some people I would never go back to again, and there's some people I would stand queued up outside of a door waiting for an hour or two for a reading.
True.
And what's nice about this field is there's so many different personalities and there's so many different ways people read, that if this person doesn't work for you, you're going to find your right person. And, just like all of you have found Reverend Rob, he's a great reader. He's got so much energy, and he's just got a great way of interpreting, and how he gets messages from spirit and conveys it to everyone is just grabbing. And that's what makes him so very good at what he does. I've got a much more quiet, different style. Bridget's got a quiet, different style. Even how we draw cards and even how we pull cards are different. So, I'd say as far as a tarot reading platform, the best thing you can do, I'm not sure what to say, except, get out there and just start reading, start getting to know people. We did a live circuit here for almost a year, and where we are is a little bit difficult. We started signing up for some bigger shows, and that was better. Some of the smaller shows weren't really going the way we wanted to go, but there are some great venues that host tarot and metaphysical shows. That's a great way to get your name out there. And then, like I said, if you've got questions about going online, he's the guy to talk to about that. That's not my strength.
It's not mine either, believe it or not. I've been starting a YouTube channel for like the last 2.5 years, Gil. I've been on camera like 3 times, and all 3 times it's been on this show. So I am a little camera shy, but I'm working my way up. Eventually, one of these days.
Oh, you're doing great. Our first time we ever did anything, I'd been on shows with him a couple times, and that's never been something that was like, oh, I have to do this, but it's fun to do. And especially when I'm reading with somebody else, like with Bridget or like with Rob, or I've got a couple other friends who read. And especially if you're reading for somebody and you both are pulling, and you really see that you've both really jived on the question, and you're pulling up great cards, and they're saying the same thing, but you're two different people. That's what makes that kind of fun in those pairings of readings. I'm looking for Yadi's question. I know I saw it, but what I'm going to do is
Cynthia reposted it. Yeah.
So Cynthia asked for Yadi, will she get the job with Harmony? So let's take a look at that and see if we have anything.
I say yes. It's the 9 of Cups, so it's a good. If you're looking for a yes or no, the 9 of Cups is definitely a yes. And I also got the King of Cups.
There you go.
As backup, but I also got the Queen of Swords. So for me, I say probably, but again, we're talking about that rigidity, right, of that Queen of Swords. So just be open for maybe something that isn't 100% what you're looking for, but still something good. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yep. And the card I pulled, the shadow card, because that's how I pulled on this, because Bridget had it, but my shadow card, 9 of Cups, lady.
Yeah.
Here's
so
your sign.
We just got finished talking about Jida. And guys, no joke, we are literally like 2,200 miles away from each other. It's not like she's even close by.
Right. I wish I was in the next room. Then we could have wine night afterwards.
No, Cynthia, don't apologize. Well, I'm glad you did it because we were looking back and neither one of us could see it, so could find it.
Yep.
So.
Thank you. All right. And then Donna had a question. Let me bring her up here. Donna. Hi, ladies. Does Spirit have a message for me in the coming week? Thank you both. Thank you, Donna. All right. Let's see. So, back to Curious Creatures for Donna.
Yeah, I'm going to try this traditional Rider-Waite. Let's see what they say.
All right, let's see here. Spirit have a message for the coming week. What message do you have, Spirit? Thank you. Did something jump out for you?
Yeah, I got the 6 of Cups and the Chariot. I'm just trying to make a story. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it looks like you've got, and then I got the Moon. So again, with that hidden something's going on under the surface that you don't know about. But with the 6 of Cups and the Chariot, I feel like it's going to be a good week for you. I mean, I think it's going to be sort of comfortable for you. The 6 of Cups represents a little bit like nostalgia and things that made you happy when you were a child, and of course, the Chariot is just victory, moving forward in victory. So I think you're probably going to have a very nice week. Nothing in here indicates to me that it's going to be difficult. I do have this Moon card, which just indicates things that you don't really see. So maybe you're going to get a call out of the blue from somebody you haven't heard from in a little while. Maybe you're going to, revisit some good old times. Maybe something like that's going to happen. The Judgment flew out too as I was sitting here just fidgeting with these cards. So, yeah, I mean, which, also represents maybe, you thinking about old times, and just sort of yearning for more fun days to pass, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know why I'm going to say this to you. It's just coming into my head, but maybe you have like a festival or something that you've gone to over the years, and you're going to get there, and it's going to be different than what it has been in the past, and you're going to be like, it was just so much more fun back then, or we had such a good time. And it's not going to be a bad thing. I think it's going to be fun, happy memories, but whatever's happening, I think you're going to be revisiting some past stuff that maybe made you happy, but sort of like that bittersweet, right? It makes you happy, but at the same time, you're sort of wishing for days gone by. What do you got?
Mm-hmm. So I actually, I pulled the first card I pulled was the Devil card, and that's that one. And where I see this linking to where you're your cards were going to is hold the devil card is about things that you're holding on to that maybe it's needed change, or things you need to change or leave behind. Um and and that to me ties into what Bridget was saying is, you know, possibly you're going to something that you're setting your expectations on what it used to be. Um and maybe now is the time to go see it a different way, but know that that's maybe not for you anymore, or if it's for you, it's just something different, and that's okay too, because you view it differently. I asked for more clarification on that, and apparently, 13 is the card of the night for me, because again, I pulled the death card. So again, something's changing, you're leaving something behind, but that's okay because something else good is in the offing.
Right.
So, again, it maybe it's good change. Um, you know, there are things I did in my 20s and 30s that I loved doing, and I think about it now and go, "Wow, I'd love to do that." But now, when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, but if it, we'd be with different people, it's a different time, everything, yeah. And so I don't want to try to recreate it, because my concern for me personally is I don't want to be disappointed that it's not what it was, because I really like what I'm thinking of, and I don't want that to change. So maybe it's time to hold on to that great memory, knowing I'm going to create other new great memories from that. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think with the chariot card that I going along with that, it indicates that it's not a bad thing. Like there's good happening, right? But but you know, with that Six of Cups and that Judgment card, it's sort of like I said, like a little bit bittersweet, right?
Mhm.
You're you know, Bruce said the stuff I did in my 20s would kill me now. Cynthia says, "Me too, Bruce."
Yes,
Yeah, no joke.
definitely, definitely.
No
So
joke.
Donna, I hope that gives you some thoughts on where your week's going. Appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see. We got something here from Stacy. I was wondering if I'm on the right path. If not, what is the right path for me? Please and thank you.
Well,
All right. So
I will
Stacy's
pull
just
cards,
we're looking for some direction.
but I don't know that I can tell you what is the right path for you, Stacy. But I will pull cards to see if we can maybe offer you something. But I've got. By the way, I just had like 6 cards go all at once.
Okay.
Oh,
There
it's
you go.
four. It was four.
Let's hope the littles don't pick them up and run.
No, I think they're sleeping. Thank God. They're not pick up and runners though, unless it's food. If I
There's
drop
that.
food on the floor, forget it. Um, so are you on the right path? We're gonna go with that one first. Um, I've got the Three of Wands, and I've got the Two of Cups, and I've got the Nine of Wands, and I've got the Four of Swords. I think you are stressing way too hard about the path that you're on or that you want to be on. Um, the Three of Wands has you maybe thinking about the directions you want to go, but not really moving in the direction you want to go. And the Two of Cups in this context has me thinking you've narrowed it down to what you want and what you think you should do, as indication of the Nine of Wands and the Four Swords. So I am going to say you need to go with the thing that makes you feel the best. And when you do that, you've got this Six of Wands here, you will be on the right path. But whatever this duality is happening here, you definitely, like, you are stressed about it. With this Nine of Wands and this Four of Swords, yeah, you need to, like, sit back, take a beat, maybe do some yoga or meditation or something, and really kind of zero in on which one of these things make you feel good. And that is the one you definitely need to go with. And that's my thought.
Mhm. Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah. I mean, I pulled the Six of Cups.
Oh,
So that's, yep. And then my support card for that, because I always like to say, could you give me a little bit more just so I kind of understand? Um, my support card to that was the Star, which is always, a great outlook, a great
right.
point of view. Um, but to your point, Bridget, there's things there, but don't. I think what you were saying was know that you're moving forward. Don't worry about the past. Um,
More like go with your gut. And
mhm,
I just dropped the High Priestess. So
there you go.
whatever makes you feel the best, you're sort of, and I really think for me, when I'm looking at this, I really think that the issue is you're stuck between what you want to do and what you think everybody else thinks you should do. And I'm going to tell you, go with the thing that makes you feel the best.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's for me kind of where the Star speaks to that as well. As that's
Yeah.
find that and you'll be centered and you'll be fine. So Stacy, I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Let's see. Um, Wolf, go on in, throw in a question. We're here for about just about 10 more minutes. So get us a question up there. There we go. Thank you, sir.
I'm going to have to put my hair up, guys. Sorry.
Your hair's gotten so long.
Oh, it has. And when I read, and I start to get in that groove, I get so hot. I get like really hot.
And one of the things that we miss up here, so I grew up here in New England, and we never had ceiling fans ever. Like in some newer places I lived in, we had them. Being in Florida, everybody's got ceiling fans. The one behind you reminds me of that. And it's crazy when you now get into summertime here, and the house we're in doesn't have air conditioning in every room. It has air conditioning in the family room, and then it has some ceiling fans, luckily, so that helps keep everything down. But like today, it was 63 degrees out. It's June 13th, and it's crazy cold.
I would have had sweatpants on. I would have been freezing to death, 63 degrees. And see, and this is, oh yeah, Bridget, come up, visit us. It's like the freaking Arctic to me. I'm going to be freezing in the middle of August. I'm going to be frozen in northeastern United States because the sun is going to go down and it's going to be like 60 degrees, and I'm going to feel like it's winter in Florida.
You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. All right, Wolf has got a question. What should I do? I'm looking for a job and have no luck on, I believe that's landing one. So let's inquire accordingly about Wolf's next steps. What should he do? What message do you have for Wolf, Spirit? All right. All right. Anything popping up for you there, Miss Bridget?
Yeah, I got the Four of Wands and the Five of Wands, which tells me that there's stuff out there for you. But I think that you, and again with this High Priestess, so your card of the night is Death, and mine is this High Priestess. So, word of the day is High Priestess. For me anyway. I think that your focus is too directed at the people around you, Wolf. And I'm going to guess that you're worried about maybe supporting somebody or something like that. And I think that this is maybe what's holding you back. I think you have a definite idea of where you need to be and what you need to do, and you are and that's sort of locking you into one specific mindset. And once again, I've got the Page of Swords, so Spirit, I think, is asking you to sort of open your mind to some possibilities that you, along with the High Priestess, that you might not think are opportunities, but really are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How about you? What do you got
So,
going?
my shadow card for this was the Four of Wands, which is, basically Four of Wands is like, fours are good bases. You got Four of Wands too. Hello. And, this is the everything's going to be okay card. My lead card was the Hierophant, which is this one. I love the Hierophant, the little yoga girl. Um, and so that's, you've got information to share, or someone has information to share with you that you need to hear, and I'm going back and forth because it's not clear to me if it is you needing to receive, or I'm hearing you sharing information. And then when I asked for more, give me more information on Hierophant, I got the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is basically you're holding your own. You've got another fight. You're a little bit tired. You're feeling maybe a little bit beat up, and that could be from looking the job and not having any luck, like you said, landing on one. But the Knight of Wands speaks to, you've got this. You've got this fight in you. Don't let, when you go on an interview, don't let where your head's at, which is maybe feeling a tad beat up, show, because you've got this, and you can take this and you can make it happen. And that could be the lesson from the Hierophant card, is that you've got something to share. You just got to walk in there and own it, and not let the last little bit of time where things haven't been happening possibly as fast as you want them to happen, because everything I'm seeing from the Four of Wands, this was my shadow card. This means you could end up being the guy. You end up being, you could be dancing like this guy. But you got to walk in there with the confidence to share the information that you have. Yep. And we both
They're
had
dancing.
that.
They're dancing too. Just
yeah, there you go. But don't let them get you down, because you still got it in you. That's what the Knight of Wands is. The Wands is, you still got fight in you. You might, if you remember the classic card, guy's looking a little bit beat, but he's there. It's like, okay, come on, Brigitte, I got this. I can do this. And that's where you are with this. You can do this. Share your information. Be up. Don't let it get you down, because in no time, you're going to be this guy. You're going to be this guy. You're going to have what you want, and you're going to be going where you want to go and doing what you want to do. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's funny that the last couple of readings, at least one of our cards has been matching.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is
But,
cool. It's very cool.
But yeah, I definitely think like with your Hierophant, yeah, I think, and so for me, if it were me, based, and I'm looking at it with my set of cards, I would think, don't hold too hard to tradition. You know, take what you know and broaden it and expand it so that you have these opportunities that you didn't realize you had, or the skills for the opportunities that you didn't realize you had. So,
yeah, no, I agree. I agree definitely. All right. I think we can do one more just because
my sissy's here.
We're gonna have the Donna and Joe Lahosky be the last reading we're doing tonight, but let's go on and pull some cards and chat with Donna. Wolf, you got this. Let us know what happens, okay? Thank you. Donna, I have a coworker who wants to be friends outside of work. I'm cautious. Is this a genuine friendship? Is there concerns there? I get that, Donna.
I don't even have to pull cards. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's general smart rule of thumb. No, don't be friends on Facebook. Don't be friends on social media.
Let me try another deck. I'm gonna go with this trad deck.
All right, let's do this one more time. This thing. All right.
Gil, I might have to let you.
So you doing anything for summer solstice while we're shuffling?
Me, I have to go. So, I told you my youngest son, he proposed to his girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm. That's exciting.
So I will be in Fort Walton Beach. And I'm going to be with her and her mother. We're going to be dress shopping. So that evening I may hit the beach and just do some meditation and maybe light a candle and do a little personal thing. Donna, 8 of Swords. That is a big fat no. I told you no. I told you. I would don't do it. Donna's my sister, by the way, guys. So sorry. I'm being a little more silly with her. That's why she's my sister.
Mine's saying basically, yeah, you can do better because this is awesome. Death card again.
Oh my god.
and I'm shuffling, guys. I promise I am shuffling the heck out of these cards.
So Donna, you just came in, but literally every reading Gillian has done, the death card has come up.
It's Friday the 13th. That's it. That's got to be it.
I also pulled the 8 of Pentacles with my 8 of Swords. It's going to be work. If you're looking for an easy friendship, well, first of all, the 8 of Swords is a big fat no off the board. But if you insist, it's going to be work. It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of work for you. She has a lot of personal drama.
Yeah, and so the death card was my shadow card, so that's like the overriding kind of card for the reading for me. My light card was the Hierophant again. Again, I shuffled the heck out of this deck, but Hierophant came back up again. You don't need to be this person's sage. You don't need to be this person's babysitter or words of wisdom, or you don't need to be there, because that's going to put you in a position that you just don't need.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. You don't need to be anybody else's big sister. You don't need to be anybody else's mother. Um uh this is to me saying, you know what, this is gonna wear you out, and she's gonna go to you as a why can't I think of the right word? But as a
Succubus.
yes.
Succubus. She's gonna just
Succubus. There you go.
pull the
Succubus.
life out of you.
So, and I'm just going to do this real quick because I see Bruce posted in there asking what the deck is. This particular deck is the Tarot of Curious Creatures
And
by
we
Chris
do have
Ann.
that.
I love this deck. I just love this deck. And the other deck I was reading was, which I haven't pulled as many cards from, but I did pull some, was Tarot of was it Mystical Moments. And I've got one of her Oracle decks too. I really like her artwork. She does really nice pieces. I've got a few different Chris Ann decks, and Rob likes to read her. Oh crud, I can't remember what it's called right now. But this one has just always spoken to me. I love the artwork in this one.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else to add for Donna?
We got the Six of Swords here, so just run. Just run
Yeah.
in the other direction.
Yeah. Don't walk, run.
Yeah.
Be
just
pleasant.
run.
Have lunch once in a while, but no.
I would not bring her into my personal life.
Yeah.
And I stuck in lack. You have all the resources you need to carry you through, whether it's financial, emotional, or physical limitations that you think you have. It's only ego-based fears taking over. Rein them in and don't give up. I think that might be a message for your potential friend who has a lot of drama in her life.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
Now, my friend Kim actually has a very good point. Kim and I met at work, and we are very close friends. But this is one of the few times, I think, in my work career of more years than I wish to rattle off right now, I've only had two people who I've actually become very close friends with outside of work. And the rest of the time, I kind of keep people at an arm's distance, because it's also, sometimes it's just, you just don't know where your career is going to go, especially if you're at a company that you're planning on being with for a while, and you just need to kind of be cautious, and people change. But Kim and I are very close. We were good friends at work. We worked very well together, which is why I think we felt that we could take that outside of work. And then it also helped that we stopped working at the same company, and now live like 1,200 miles apart, which is not great for the fact that we're friends and we like hanging out together. But, you know, that friendship has withstood, moving forward in our lives, which I think we both appreciate.
Yeah.
I think I saw one other question in here, and then we might wrap it up. But I gotta look and see. Where did it go? Where did it go? Maybe I didn't see one. I thought I did though. Tanya.
Singing Ladies' Night again, Gillian.
All right. So I think we're game for one more. We're gonna have Tanya be our last read for tonight, and then we're gonna let you all carry on with your Friday night and hunker down. But let's see, Tanya. Will I be happy living my new apartment? I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Let's take a look. So, Spirit, talk to us about Tanya's new apartment. And let's see what we can tell her.
This is not the deck for Tanya.
Something else speaking to you?
It's just not so. My decks don't speak to me the way they speak to you and Rob, but if I shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and I'm not getting any traction, that's the way they tell me this is not the deck for this question.
Got it.
I may wind up grabbing a completely different one that we haven't seen tonight because these decks are like they've had it.
So while Bridget's getting some cards pulled, so as we talked about, Saturday is summer solstice, and it's the longest day of the year, as everybody does know, which is very cool. And the summer solstice is all about light and energy and growth. It's also a good day if you've got some stones you want to cleanse. You could put them out in the sun for the day. You want to make sure you pick stones that aren't going to fade. Be careful of some of your amethysts. They can sometimes fade in too much time in sunlight. But some of the stones that are really great for summer solstice, if you've got some you can wear or put in your pockets, are citrine, sunstone, carnelian, amber, golden tiger's eye, which you don't see that often, but it's lovely. Those are all nice, good fire stones, and they bring you a lot of good positive energy for the day. And like I said, you can put them out in the sun and charge them, and that will help clean them for the day. And then you can use them for when you meditate. You can use them if you're doing readings, or like I said, you can keep them in your pocket. Rob always laughs at me because I always have some type of rock in my bra.
Rock bra. You know how many crystals I have smashed because I forgot they were in there, took my bra off, and they hit the terrazzo floor and just yeah. I've been there.
Yep, that's frustrating. All right, so what did you pull for Tanya, do you think?
I got the King of Pentacles. So yeah, I think you are going to be happy in your new apartment. Yeah, I think you will be. I think though with this Four of Cups, as long as you don't, don't become too don't focus on maybe some things that weren't ideal, that aren't as perfect as you thought they should be. But yeah, I think you'll be very happy. What about you? Did you pull anything, Gil?
Yeah, I just pulled a shadow card. So I got the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is about choices, and decisions. But I think this speaks to you will be as happy there as you choose to be.
Right.
And because I've lived places that I thought I'd love, and then they didn't turn out that way. I've lived other places that I moved in, and I was like, meh, it actually ended up being one of my favorite places I ever lived. So, move in, accept the place for what it is, and make it your home, and embrace it, and embrace your life there, and make it your safe place or your safe space, so that every day when you come home, you feel energized by being home, because that's the biggest thing that people sometimes forget to do if they're not fully engaged with where they live. Is this is where you personally recharge. This is where you need to get your power from and keep your power, so that you've got a safe space. Hence, we'll go back to why you don't bring people from work into your home unless you're really sure.
Really sure.
Unless you're really sure. But Seven of Cups says you've got choices, you've got decisions, but it speaks to you can be very, very happy there. You just have to make it yours and decide what it is you need to do. What do you got, Bridget?
Yeah, and I that's what I think the Four of Cups goes with that too. Like if you make it if you don't focus on what you think it should be and make it what you want it to be, you'll be all right. And I got the Knight of Wands here too. They
Mhm.
became kind of fell out. So I think, yeah, I think it's all about perception, and perception is reality, and um, thoughts are your things. I'm just a plethora of cliches. But yes, I truly believe that where you aim your focus is where you're going to find yourself. Um, so
Mhm.
yeah, make it your happy place. And I think it'll be great. I think you'll love it.
Yep. Yeah, ultimately, I'm at my other supporting card for that was the Wheel of Fortune, and that speaks to the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Of it's going to be everything you make it, and you can love it, or you can choose to be meh. So own it, love it. It's your home.
Right.
Um, well, Bridget, thank you so much.
Of course.
And this has been great. I'm hoping we get another chance to do this sooner than 3 years from now.
I was gonna say in another 3 years. It was probably around the same time of year too, right? We were
Yeah,
on that cruise together. It had
yeah,
to have been around the same time of year.
hmm
So
yeah, because that's usually when you and I can't.
right.
So,
Exactly.
all right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for sitting in and your questions. We were so glad to be able to work with you tonight and to spend time with you all tonight. And as we wrap up the show, I just want to be able to say, as we do, take what you want, leave what you don't, but leave with peace, love, and light. Bangarang.
Bang ring.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.